Mrs. Twit. Mrs. Twit was no better than her husband. She did not, of course, have a hairy face. It was better she didn't, because that at any rate Rat would have had hidden some of her fearful ugliness. Take a look at her. Have you ever seen a woman with an uglier face than that? I doubt it. But the funny thing is that Mrs. Twit wasn't born ugly. She's had quite a nice face when she was young. The ugliness, the ugliness has grown up on her year by year as she got older. Why would that happen? I'll tell you why. If a person has ugly thoughts, it began to show on the face. And when the person has ugly thought every day, every week, every year, the face got uglier and uglier until it gets so ugly you can hold it better to look at it. A person who has good thought cannot ever be ugly. You can have a wicked nose and crooked mouth and a double chin and stick out teeth, but if you have a good thought, they will shine out of your face like sunbeams and you will always look lovely. Nothing shone out Mrs. Twit's face. In her right hand she carried a walking stick. She used to tell people that it was because she has red grew on the sole of her left foot and walking was painful, but the real reason she carried a stick was so that she could hit things with it. Things like dog and cat and small children. And they and then there was a glass eye. Mrs. Twitch has a glass eye that was always looking the other way. The glass eye. You can play a lot of trick with a glass eye because you can take it out and pop it back it again anytime you like. You can bet your life Mrs. Twit knew all the tricks. One morning she took out her glass eye and dropped it into Mrs. Twit's mug of beer when he wasn't looking. Mr. Twit sat there drinking the beer slowly. The front made a white run and the hairs around his mouth. He wiped the white front onto his shelf and wiped his shelf on his trousers. You're plotting something, Mrs. Twit said, keeping her back turned so he wouldn't see that she had taken out her glass eye. Whenever you go all white like that, I know very well you're plotting something. Mrs. Tweed was right. Mrs. Tweed was right. Mr. Tweed was plotting anyway like mad. He was trying to think up a real nasty trick he could play on his wife that day. You better be careful, Mrs. Tweed said, because when I see You start to plot. I watch you like a wombat. Wombat. Oh, do shut up, my old hag, Mr. Twit said. He went on drinking his beer, and his elf mind kept working away on the last horrific he was going to play on the old woman. Sunday, suddenly, as Mr. Twit tipped the last drop of beer down his throat, he caught sight of Mrs. Twit's awful glass eye staring, staring up at him from the bottom of the mug. It made him jump. I told you I was watching you, cackled Mrs. Twit. I've got eyes everywhere, so you better be careful.